What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this video, it says, "You Hindu man, why join?" Ramaswamy hit by a shocker at Charlie Kirk event. Watch Savage reply. Before we dive into this video, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's dive in.
I have a personal question. That's allowed. So based on what the press says about your beliefs, you call yourself a Hindu, but you also call yourself Christian.
I don't call myself Christian. I call myself a Hindu. I know that may be a hard thing to process. I will tell you, I'm not running to be pastor of Ohio. I'm running to be governor of Ohio, and I didn't run to be pastor of America. I ran to be president of the United States of America. Do you think it's inappropriate for someone who's a Hindu to be, say, a U.S. president?
No, I think it's... No, well...
You be honest.
It's a dream, to be honest. I think most Americans would say no. If we're being honest, I think America was found out through the Christianity. I am a Christian, but I've heard a lot about the Hindu religion through these videos for this channel, and the advice given is, to me, is absolutely beautiful. It's love, and so any message that preaches love, I'm down for. I just don't think in the U.S. that he could become president as a Hindu. Not that I don't think he should. I just don't think it would happen. But you never know.
Personal question.
That's allowed.
So based on what the press says about your beliefs, you call yourself a Hindu, but you also call yourself Christian.
I don't call myself Christian. I call myself a Hindu.
Okay. So based on what the Turning Point's values are, which is Christianity, I'm a little confused on why you believe in I don't know. Wouldn't it be logical to conclude that a monotheistic organization would be more, I don't know, I guess I just don't understand why.
He probably should have thought about this question a little bit. I know he's trying to find the wording. It's just that you feel like, I think sometimes when you don't get the question out clearly, it gets kind of confusing what the question is. And so as he's kind of stumbling a little bit, it's almost like you feel what you know he's trying to ask, but he doesn't want to say it in plain terms. He's kind of trying to beat around it instead of like just asking. It feels like he wants to ask, as a Hindu man, how can you align with Turning Point, which is based off of a Christian foundation? And that's the question that you want to ask. Just to me, just ask that. But I will say, as a Christian, I feel like I believe in Christianity. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. But I believe a lot of the values from Hinduism and Christianity are compatible. I'm not saying it all is. I'm not saying there's not conflicts but I believe there are a lot of values that are similar.
I guess a polytheistic ideology would support some sort of, I guess, monotheistic perspective, which Christianity is. So I guess I'm wondering why you have Christian values in that way.
Sure. Happy to address that. What's your name, sir?
Liam Birmingham.
Liam. So tell me about what you know about Hinduism.
Hinduism is a polytheistic religion that...
So with due respect, I'll just cut in right there, because there's one thing I have a little bit of authority on. I'm actually a monotheist. I believe there's one true God.
Okay.
From the Vedanta tradition of Advaita philosophy, not stuff that, we need to spend a ton of time here on, but since you asked about it, I wanted to address it. I believe there's one true God. Now, let me just ask you, because I know that may be a hard thing to process. What's your faith?
I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus.
Great. Do you believe in the Holy Trinity? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit?
I think a lot of people here do. So
Good. And that doesn't make you a polytheist, does it?
Probably not, no.
Great. Because I think this is it's a great spiritual question. There's good dialogue here. Is every religion has its reconciling of the one and the many. And so in my faith, I believe there's one true God. He resides in all of us, and he appears in different forms, but it's one true God. So I'm an ethical monotheist. That's the way I would describe my faith. Now, I will tell you, I'm not running to be pastor of Ohio. I'm running to be governor of Ohio, and I didn't run to be pastor of America. I ran to be president of the United States of America. Can I ask you a question in response? Because I love dialogue like this.
Sure, yeah.
Do you think it's inappropriate for someone who's a Hindu to be, say, a U.S. president?
No, I think it's... No, well...
You be honest.
Isn't Hinduism... Well, I mean, I can ask yourself that Hinduism believes in Shiva and, what is it? The flute. God, I forget.
Right, Krishna, who's you're thinking of.
Yeah, Krishna.
So the one thing for you to take away from, about my faith is I'm an ethical monotheist. I believe in one true God, the Advaita philosophy of Vedanta. And I think that as you think about the Holy Trinity and what that means for, you're not a polytheist either. That's a similar philosophy, and I'd love to kind of continue that over a religious dinner conversation sometime. But
you also call yourself a Hindu as well.
I am a Hindu. I am a Hindu.
But I feel like that was a great question, and he's explaining his reasoning for his beliefs, whether you agree with them or not, agree with his political views or not, agree with Ramaswamy as a person or not. He was asked a question, he's explaining he believes, so his beliefs, and I know in Hinduism there are many gods, but he said, I believe there's one true God, and that God is in each of us. And I know that is something that Hindu preaches as well as Christianity, that God is in each of us. And so, do I think it's appropriate for a Hindu to be president of the United States? I believe as long as his values and everything are aligned, then why not? I mean, that's something I would have to pray and talk to God about for sure. But yeah, I don't know why not. Do I think it'll happen? No, I don't think it'll happen. But appropriate? Yeah, why not?
So I'd like to. So we're here mostly. I love having spiritual discussions. We can continue this another time. What I'd like to focus on today, though, is actually where that leaves us with the values of our own country, the shared values of this country, and actually. To that effect, what's your name?
Liam Birmingham.
Liam, I have something I'd like to give you. Would you like to just come on stage and join me for a moment? It's something that's really important to me. It's next to my faith and to my family. This is the next most important thing to me in life. I usually keep it with me, and for tonight, I think it'll actually be really useful for having you come up here, and I'd love to give it to you. You want to join us for a second? Give Liam a round of applause, folks, for being brave and asking a tough question. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Liam. So what I'm about to give you is something that's actually near and dear to my heart. And when I think about our journey of leadership in this country, what matters more than the differences in our faith is our shared value set. And next to my faith and my family, this is the next most important thing to me. This is the Constitution of the United States of America. I'm going to give you my copy from today, and there's 7 articles in it. I'll ask you to just open it up real quick to Article 6, if you will, for a second. And I think it's actually, we talk about the Constitution a lot in our country, and I love that. One of the things I love about it is it actually makes sense to read the Constitution from time to time. It's a good thing to actually read. So we'll go to Article 6. There's 7 articles in it. And why don't you just read the part 3 to the audience? We'll make this our constitutional reading for the day.
The senators and representatives before mentioned and the members of the several states legislators and all executives and judicial officers both in the United States and the several states shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as qualification to any office or public trust under the United States.
And I think that's a great article. So would it be appropriate? Yeah, why not? Does it make sense? Yeah, why not? Will it happen? I just don't see that happening. But y'all, I want to hear y'all thoughts on that. Like I said, from what I know about both religions, I don't know Hinduism very well. Just what I've seen on here with Christianity. I know I've been taught it, but right now I'm getting back like in the word deep and trying to gain more understanding. So I don't want to speak on it until I have more understanding as well. But from what I've seen in both is that there are a lot of similarities within the two. There are differences within the two, and so I just don't see it happening. Although I feel like it. I mean, it's not unreasonable that it could happen or that it would happen. That's all we got. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Check out the next. I'll see